Okay, for this you're going to need scissors, 2 washers and a nut, 1 washer being smaller than the first, a BBQ lighter, a hammer, 2 clothespins, 2 lighters, a glove, and a glue gun.
Alright, we're going to start by taking apart the BBQ lighter. The reason you need to take this apart is to get the fuel line out of this to put on the flamethrower glove. Normally, you would use a screwdriver to take out the screw in that hole and that hole, but we don't have a screwdriver the right size, so we're going to need to just unclip it and get it apart. Or, on the other one I made, you could use a hammer and hit it to split it, but we're not going to do that. So you'll start by, there's normally a little black ring around this where this red is. It already has been taken off, so you'll need to just shake that off. And then you can wiggle this, and then you can pull the top off. Then it's this. And then you want to unscrew the top from that. So then you can split the lighter a little bit and pull this out. And then these two are for sparking it, which you don't need those. This is the one you'll need. This end to attach to the lighter to release the fuel, this end for the fire to come out of. So then everything else in the lighter, the gas and stuff, is just garbage. So now you've got the fuel line, okay? So then we'll just set that aside. And now here's the lighter that you're going to use, which is just a normal cigarette lighter, okay? So what you're going to do is make sure it's one of the ones that is flame adjustable right here, so that it has that, okay? So then you want to get your fingernail inside there, and then you can get it off like that. So then to mod the flame, you're going to push this all the way over, then lift it up, okay, like that, then push it over, then back down, then over, then up, then back down. Okay, I only did it twice, but you can do that as many times as you want, okay? So let's see if it... See? There. Alright, okay, now we're going to be putting together the bigger washer to the smaller washer with the nut on top. The reason we're doing this is it's going to sit on top of the glove like that for the tube to come out of so that the glove won't catch on fire. So, what you're going to do is just use your hot glue gun, put glue around the rim of the washer. Okay, and then take the smaller one and just set it on top. And then squeeze it tight for a little bit until it's dry enough for you to move it around. Okay, and then you're gonna wanna be careful on this part because you don't want to get glue on the inside. You're gonna do the same thing, but not as much glue because you're just putting a small nut on top. Like that. And then let that dry, and we're done with that for now. So, this, you're going to use the glove right now. You're going to cut the hole where you want the fuel line to come up. To mark, you can do it wherever you like, I guess, but palm is the best area. And you can mark it with that. We're using a left-handed glove, and make sure you do it on the inside because you don't want it on the back of your hand. You wouldn't be able to use it. So, find where you want it, and then you're going to use scissors to cut a hole. Not too big, but enough to where you can find it when you need to put the thing in the fuel line. Alright, now after you've done that, you're going to want to cut a hole on the side, because you're going to run, the tube's going to be where the lighter is, right about here. You're going to run it in through the side and up right there. Now you're going to cut it in the side for the fuel line to come in that way. Not too big though. There. See the hole there? And then there's the little hole there.
Okay. So here you can see we have the little hole right on the side and the palm hole right in the middle of your palm.
Alright, so now we're running the fuel line through the glove. So make sure that the thicker part of this is the part that stays outside. So take this part and then you put it in the side hole, and then you're going to want to try and get it somewhere near this hole, and then push it up through like that. So then you're going to want to bend it a little, just like fold it down, then press it up real quick. And then now we're going to glue this down, okay? So just make sure, hang on. Alright, so just make sure that this stays up during this process. So you're going to want to first set it on there to make sure that it all... Alright, so now after you made sure it's good, see how the tube is out through it. So then just keep the tube out of the glove, and you want to pull this out. Then you're going to move to the hot glue gun, and then around here you're going to glue the ring. Okay? And then make sure that this is through, and then place it down. Alright, and then you're going to let it dry for about a minute. Alright, now you're just going to put a little glue to make sure that this fuel line stays straight. Make sure you get it as straight as possible. And then you're going to want to let it dry on it, okay? Alright, so now you're going to use these clips to hold the lighter in place. You can color them black if you want, but we're not doing that right now. So, just to be safe, you're going to want to put the lighter in them just to make sure that it's the right length and where you're gluing these down. So first, you're going to want to just get them to be at the edge of the glove, like that. Okay? And then, so, put glue on the end of each one, or not on the end, just down the whole thing. Okay, and then you're going to want to place it down, and then hold it down with your fingers for a little bit so it can dry. So now, after those clips have dried, you're going to want to take this line and attach it to the nozzle on the lighter, just like that. And then you're good to go. But then to light it, how you're going to light it is you want to hold a lighter over the top of it and then hit this gas right here, like this. See? Now, it can go bigger. It just depends on how many times you turn up your lighter. As it can, we've gotten it up to 18 inches before, so have fun with it and be careful.